With the 25th pick in the 2026 NBA draft, the New York Knicks, via trade with the Los Angeles Lakers, select Sergio De Larrea, forward from Spain. Locked On NBA Draft Night is brought to you by Indeed. Go to Indeed.com/podcast and get a $75 sponsored job credit. Need to hire? This is a job for Indeed sponsored jobs. Terms and conditions apply. I'm Tanitra Batiste, and I'm joined now by Gavin Shaw from Locked On Knicks. So, Gavin, what made the world champions make this move to get De La Rhea?
Unfortunately, this is they traded back one pick for
Yes.
cash. I guess James Dolan cash strap now apparently. But this is a financial move for the New York Knicks. I think more than anything, not to say like they might be incredibly high on him as a player, and the draft and stash aspect is a happy coincidence. But I know it was reported before the draft that he was open to staying and playing in Spain for another year. And Ian Begley of SNY had the story today that the Knicks have every intention of operating under the second apron, meaning they will most likely lose Mitchell Robinson in free agency. There's a chance they won't be able to bring Landry Shamet back. But if that's your goal, right, every single dollar matters, and they do not want to add a first round salary. So I think the primary reason they make this pick is presumably he's the guy they like, because if not, they would have just completely traded out of the slot.
Yes.
But on top of that, they did not want the salary in the books this year. And also the Knicks obviously have a deep rotation, and maybe there were a couple guys they thought could contribute next year, but especially because they were able to keep Mohamed Diawara, they most likely knew they weren't going to pick someone who was a key piece next year anyways.
For sure. And I know there's a little bit of scouting you've been doing tonight, Gavin, on De La Rhea. Obviously, we're all scouting him kind of real time here, but we do know he's a playmaker, capable shooter, can play on and off the ball. Those are, I'm sure, some of the attributes that the Knicks like, that you like about him as well. Anything else that you've seen in the scouting report that you like?
Yeah, just reading up on him, and again, we were talking about this before. Thanks to the Knicks winning the championship, we've had about a week here at Locked On Knicks to get caught up on the draft. But a couple of things stand out to me: 6'6", big playmaker. Like that is just a template, like an archetype the Knicks do not really have on the roster. Like obviously, Josh Hart gives you a little bit of that as like kind of a bench primary ball handler, but this team. In the Brunson era has not, unless I'm just completely blanking on someone, has not really had like a big point guard. So
Yeah.
that's cool. That's really interesting. Seems like he's an exceptional shooter. I know there's some questions about his form. There's some questions about his base. So we'll see how that translates. Like a lot of times guys who shoot really well in Europe, maybe does, or college for that matter, doesn't always convert to the NBA, depending on their form, depending on the speed of their shot. But according to Synergy, 39.5% on his pull-up threes last year, 44% the year prior. I think 48% on spot-up threes. Like just has the profile of someone who could be a good to great shooter in the NBA, which is something that Leon Rose in the Knicks front office has consistently prioritized in this team's build to great effect. Talented, proactive playmaker. Like I really like that he seems to like to throw hit-ahead passes to get his team out in transition. Like on just reading up on him, like offensively, he sounds very Lonzo Ballish. I think where that comparison falls short. Potentially defensively, he seems like he's a middling playmaker, and on the ball, there are some real concerns, and I don't really know who he guards in the NBA, and that would specifically limit his ability to play with Jalen Brunson down the road. But if you have someone with that size who can get to the rim and can play make in the half court and can shoot the heck out of the basketball at pick 25, you're generally going to be pretty happy with that.
Yeah. And maybe his number one strength is just what you mentioned earlier, cash and stash. Well, we appreciate you, Gavin. And for more on the New York Knicks, subscribe to Locked On Knicks wherever you get your podcasts.